Now I'm going to transition into some roles that you've done, and the one that I first got acquainted to your voice in was Call of Duty Black Ops 4 as Bruno.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a huge fan of that character. I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty Zombie Spirit. I like zombies, the zombie side of Call of Duty, more so than the multiplayer and such like that, because zombies fanatic. I'm a big fan of the original four, Rick Toff Nikolai Dempsey and Takeo.
Yeah.
It was really a surreal experience to talk to Tom Kane and Steve because they did those characters in the game. And I'm just, your character is just so cool. He's got like this badassery about him. I remember there was this clip for, I think it was, it was Voice of Despair. Yep, yes it was. This guy was stealing something, and everyone had like, someone had Scarlet had a gun, Diego had a knife, Sean had I think a gun, and then Diego just comes up and his arms are up. No gun, no knife. His arms are just like big and muscular, like the freaking Hulk about to get some, I just remember laughing so hard at that because like everyone has to have like a weapon. Everyone's just like, no, I am the weapon. Give me the thing.
Well, that guy, I mean, he's a legionnaire, I mean, this guy was no joke, right? That role was really, really cool because, you would think that it's funny. Again, just back to like, it's never what you think. Like, I always thought that roles that would be bigger would have like a lot of trials and tribulations before like you would win the role. And it's so funny. Like sometimes I have jumped through so many hoops for tiny little things that have gone nowhere. And then other times like you just do one little thing and someone hears something that just rings so true to them. And that was the case for that one. And it was really tough because for that one, I don't even think they gave me a script. They just gave me a poem in French. And that was the audition. The audition was a poem in French. And I was like really intimidated by that because I'm good with shapes and language, but I don't speak French, I mean, and I remember I have this really good friend, Christophe, who is from Mallorca, and he speaks French, and I called him and I sent him that poem. And he just sat with me on the phone, and we went over breaking it down, why it was written that way, what it meant, accent, pronunciation, until like I was off book and I could say the whole poem in pretty close. I mean, and the French, they don't mince words when it comes to like whether you're speaking their language right or not. Their language is hard as hell, and if your American mouth ain't used to it, then it's really tough to fake that. And he was like, no, yeah, Andrew, I think he's good. He's good. You can do it. It's good. And I was like, all right, cool. And I went and I recorded a couple takes of it in that Bruno voice because at that point I just figured maybe like a deeper, grittier voice would be cool. And that's all it took. And they loved it. And I remember like the casting director was like, the minute we heard that, and honestly, the guy really doesn't speak all that much French. I mean, maybe like a little one word here or there, but like for some reason they had this genius idea to make that the audition because they were going to find something in there, like somehow by doing that, like, rather than, having a bunch of battle cries or something like that, it was such a different way to find it. So that was cool. And I was very invested in that guy. I mean, he was one of the bigger, it was my first time in that franchise, and, yeah, that was a very, very cool opportunity. I mean, that's still kind of, we still have we're left with a cliffhanger with that Chaos crew. So, yeah.